Jarl Belgrove and Whiterun. So, stand up and let us walk. Do you remember this river? It is the White River, and it is sourced by Lake Ilinalta to the west. It flows to the plains of Whiterun and then turns east to Winterhold, where it then turns again north to flow in the Sea of Ghosts. I'm glad that you joined me again, because it's, to be honest, not as joyful to walk alone. But as they say, you never walk alone. So let's enjoy this beautiful setting together. And talk a little bit more about what we see and what we feel. I'm happy that you feel refreshed and that our first journey made you feel better. It was raining quite a lot, so really there was not much what we could chat, not much chit chat that we could share. But in the end, I think you've learned something about me, so just to remind you, I am some kind of sorcerer, but not in a way that you would expect it to be. I am a walker of the path, and am looking for something in Skyrim. And I'm very glad that you've chosen to let me into your mind, so we can together explore something new that is as new to me as it perhaps is to you. So what we see here, all of these woods and rivers and mountains, all of this is part of the province of Skyrim. So in order to be completely certain that I've looked everywhere for this one particular thing that I hold most dear to my heart, I also need to look in Skyrim with your eyes, because I physically cannot be here. So if we look to these wonderful plains, the plains of Whiterun, we see that this land has not much to offer. But even though it is so harsh and unfriendly, the lords manage to endure all of its extreme conditions and hostile creatures. I am glad that you have survived all this time, because I cannot think of any tougher life someone may choose. The Nords are indeed very strong and very focused, noble, but on the other side, they are not able to see through political plots. That the Nord were the victim of such plots in their past, especially when the Snow Elves were attacking them in Saarthal, a mystical place, at the first settlement of the Nord. It was Ysgramor who settled there with the first Nord from Edmora, refugees of the civil war on this big continent north to Tamriel. And when the Snow Elves treacherously backstabbed them and burned down Saarthal, he was able to escape and went back to Edmora, where the civil war had ended, and gathered the 500 companions in order to take revenge on those who were called Snow Elves back in the day. And the Snow Elves didn't stand a chance against the might of those fierce and brave soldiers of the Nords. And when they were near their total destruction, they made a deal with the Dwemer, who betrayed them and poisoned them and made them the Falmer. Those creatures in the underground of Skyrim, blind and dangerous, more animal than mer. We have to be careful because it teaches a valuable lesson. Never trust the Dwemer, which is a lesson that is not so important anymore, as also the Dwemer vanished. But also to be careful in the face of those you don't know, and to be friendly and kind, instead of being afraid and aggressive. Most likely, the history would have made a turn to the better for the Snow Elves if they did not choose their path like they did. These plains are the granary of these lands. We is hard physical work, which transforms the Nord into those muscular and strong people. But at the same time, the weather is notoriously unsteady in Skyrim, as we see right now. So it is never clear if the struggle of planting and nurturing is worth the outcome. But either way, it is work that has to be done. As you can see, Whiterun is well fortified, but not more than Helgen. Because what many not realize is that Helgen has a strategic value. Just as well as Whiterun, it is not the capital city of Skyrim, but due to its location, it is the trade capital of Skyrim. The vast plains surrounding it inhabit all sorts of game, like deers and mammoths, wolves, and even giants. Whiterun is also home to the Companions, the famous warrior guild, and the Skyforge is also located in Whiterun. So Whiterun has the biggest meaning in Skyrim when it comes to trade and opportunities. We can see that even the castle Dragon's Reach, where Numinex was captured, Jarl Belgrove is a man that is wise and does not lose his temper. This is the reason why he has not chosen a side yet in the conflict that has to come. So we are in the right place when we get in through the Jarl's great hall. I will talk to him. In order to do so, you will then have to sleep. I will take control and gather the information that I need while you are sleeping. But we will manage that. But right now, we let this unique style of architecture and construction sink into our consciousness. And what we can learn here is that they not use mainly the resource wood in order to build their houses and their structures, because it's a resource that is plentiful all around Skyrim, everywhere in Tamriel, and I would also go so far to say all over Nirn. But for the Nord and for lives in Skyrim, it is important to have a material that you can easily refine and which you can use easily to craft really anything. And wood is perfect for that purpose, so they are using it a lot. And you can see that the watchtowers are made out of wood. The structures, as for example the long houses, which is a typical type of housing, they all are mainly constructed out of wood. This is the most important resource you can use in Skyrim, and you will find that most towns use wood to the utmost extent. And I personally, I like it. I'm not a bossma. You don't need to come from Riverwood, and you don't need to be a bossma in order to understand what importance wood and nature overall has for us. So the Nords adapted very perfectly, and it is nice to see how simple and clean their style is. This can really be used anywhere around Tamriel, and I think I will make some notes just to remind myself. Perhaps I myself will need this information some time in the future. But let's move on. I've babbled along too much because I'm somewhat a person that likes architecture and I really find it interesting. But enough of that. We should proceed, my friend. Now we are in the Cloud District with its famous castle, Dragon's Reach. As the name suggests, it is elevated from the rest of the city. It is home to Jarl Balgruuf the Greater, who is famous for his loyalty to Whiterun, his love for his people, and his hatred for the Thalmor. This is why I need to speak to him. Perhaps he or one of his spies knows if the Thalmor have what I so desperately desire. So let's be prepared. We can take a look around the throat of the world. I have a feeling that we will climb this mountain soon enough. But for now, we should go inside and warm ourselves at the fire of the Great Hall of Dragon's Reach. Be calm. As we get close to the Jarl, I will cast a spell so everyone will leave. I need to take control of the situation, so I will put your consciousness to sleep. We will look into the fire, and you will relax So here we are. Thank you for joining me on this walk. I really enjoyed it myself. So now, take a deep breath. Breathe in for 2 seconds. Hold your breath for 5 seconds. And then breathe out for another 2 seconds. Very good. Just relax and listen to the flickering sounds of the fire. Feel its warmth and lose yourself